So, how are these neurotransmitters made? Well, they're made from amino acids, which are the building blocks of protein. You see, a protein, like beef or chicken, is actually a chain of different amino acids strung together. So if you look down below, this chain as a mass is a protein. So this is the beef or chicken or beans or whatever. This is protein. But it's a chain of all these different amino acids: tryptophan, glutamine, alanine, leucine. These are all amino acids that when you string them together, they make a protein. So when we eat protein, our body starts breaking it down. And during digestion, the protein breaks down into individual amino acids. So now they are no longer in a chain. Now they are just individual amino acids. And after they're done digesting, they go into our bloodstream. And they circulate through the body. And they're used for a whole lot of things: making hormones, making muscle, making blood, and especially making neurotransmitters. So, which amino acids make some of those brain chemicals, some of those neurotransmitters? Well, when these amino acids reach your brain, tryptophan will combine with vitamins to make serotonin. And so we feel optimistic and confident, ready to take on anything. Tyrosine will combine with vitamins to make your catecholamines, or your adrenaline, and your noradrenaline, and your dopamine. So you have all the focus and mental energy and ready to take action. That comes from tyrosine. Phenylalanine is another amino acid that will combine with vitamins, and that will produce your endorphins. So now we can relax and enjoy our lives. So that is how some of those brain chemicals are made. So all this talk about neurotransmitters and how they work, their names, and all that stuff can be very confusing. But really the only thing that you need to know is that all meat and dairy products contain all of these amino acids that are needed to make these brain chemicals. All of them. Now if you're a vegetarian, grains and vegetables only contain different combinations. Not all of them. Meat and dairy are what are known as complete proteins, meaning they have all the essential amino acids. Grains and vegetables are not. So if you're a vegetarian, then you need to do some homework on how to get the right combinations of grains and vegetables so that you get all the necessary amino acids. But the main point is, if you eat enough protein, then you will get the necessary amino acids to make the important brain chemicals. So that's it. All we need to do is really eat protein. That's it. Sounds pretty easy. Not really. There is a catch. And the catch is, if we eat sugar and white carbohydrates, then we sabotage our brain chemistry. Let's see how. When we eat sugar and white carbohydrates, our blood sugar spikes, just like we were talking about in the last lesson on blood sugar. When this happens, your pancreas will release insulin to bring your blood sugar level back down to the normal range. And when your pancreas releases insulin as a result of a blood sugar spike, then typically too much insulin is released, which removes too much blood sugar, and it flushes that extra blood sugar into your cells. Now what's important here for brain chemistry is that insulin also takes amino acids with it. And the result is that these amino acids do not make it into your brain. And the main result is that these brain chemicals are not being formed because the raw materials for these brain chemicals are not reaching our brain. Let's take a look at what happens on this graph. Here's the graph. On the horizontal axis is time. On the vertical axis is our blood sugar level. So we're looking at what happens to our blood sugar level over time. And here on this black curve is the remaining blood sugar from our previous meal. And it's getting a little bit low, so we're getting hungry. So we're going to eat a meal. And let's say that we eat a meal that's full of sugar. And what's going to happen is your blood sugar will spike. As a result of this blood sugar spike, your pancreas will release insulin in order to bring your blood sugar back down to the normal level. But since it was such a big blood sugar spike, your pancreas releases too much insulin, which removes too much blood sugar, and this causes a blood sugar crash. But insulin will also take amino acids with it, and it either flushes them out of your body, or it stores them as fat, because your body can take too much protein and turn it into sugar, and it can be stored as fat. But the result here is that no amino acids make it to your brain to make these important brain chemicals. So we feel tired, unmotivated, depressed, negative, and above all, unproductive. So, what do I do?